What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I'm here with Latin America Regionals Top 16 Breakdown plus deck lists. We will have 15 deck lists because one of them is getting its own video. Anyway, we're not doing everything like we usually do. We're gonna leave it for the big data video because I'm a bit short on time. I'm sorry, I just came back from the break. So, yeah, before we dive into this, three big things. First off, huge shout outs to our patrons. The coffee club is even bigger now. This is so awesome. Ryan K, Adnan Haich, Bryce, Frank, Nave, Derek, and Jakub. Thanks to all of you guys for buying us coffee, for buying us a new table to flip. It's kind of habit, you know, like I can't help myself. But anyway, guys, if you wish to support us this way, you don't need to, but we really highly appreciate it. Especially since we do all of this for free, basically. Link is in the description below. Second thing, we are hosting one of the hopefully biggest global online tournaments in a special format called Xenoverse on our Discord. Here's the thumbnail, here somewhere. If you want to participate, no bans, no limits, some erratas, just follow the link to the Discord server. It is in the description below. And yeah, oh my god, these intros are becoming huge. Last thing, guys, share the video, like and subscribe, help us grow. We're on our way to 3,000 subs. It's crazy. Now, roll the video. As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown, or in this case, general info. This was an online event organized by LATAM TCG events. Guys, huge props to the TO. And thank you so much for choosing us to once again be the official casters for the Latin America Regionals. It was super fun, and we had a lot of people. We had like around 200, I think even more viewers for this event. It was crazy. It was a best of one pre-side, no top cut. So just best of one pre-side. This is huge. This info is huge because Latin America didn't have best of one pre-side before. And now they finally have it. That's big. So this time around we're looking at a different image of the metagame. So keep that in mind, guys. 80 players in total. Huge turnout for the region. Huge turnout. We were once again the official casters for the event. We casted for like 5 hours. You can find the live stream on our channel. Just go to the live panels and you'll find it there. Go check it out, drop some likes. Like I said, we do all of this for free. We do all of this mostly for free, so likes, subscribe, shares, that helps us a lot. And finally, huge congrats to everyone who participated at the event. Now, let's jump into the breakdown. Okay guys, here is the top 16, and there is some pretty cool diversity here. There's some pretty cool diversity. It's not all just the usual suspects. So let's go over it. First things first. First place, Federico Gogita GT. Federico, congrats, man. He got second place last time with Gogita and now he got first place. Congratulations. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stream this match. There were some technical issues, but I'm happy to see, my friend, that you won. Congrats. Then, I mean, I'm just gonna go about it and just say, like, also congrats to all players in the top 16 so that I don't need to go over everyone. Anyway, second place, Gogita GT. Third place, Gamma. Okay, so Gamma as the highest blue representative. Fourth place, Gotenks Reboot. This was Herson. I believe I pronounced this correctly. He won the last two LATAM regionals with Gotenks. This time he got fourth place. Fifth place, Majin Vegeta. The big, bad, yellow, super strong deck. Yeah, I actually think that this deck is completely fine. But the things that are making it strong are the things that aren't in the archetype. Anyway, congratulations to Majin Vegeta. Sixth place. Okay, so now we're entering the weird territory. SS4 Goku Xeno on sixth place. SS4 Goku Xeno. And no, it's not Mikey from Europe. It's someone else. So SS4 Goku Xeno Huge congratulations. We haven't seen this one anywhere ever since Mikey won with it or just stopped with it. I'm not sure anymore, but we haven't seen that one anywhere. So this is pretty cool to see. I have the deck lists. We have all of the deck lists. Don't turn off the video. We have all of them. So we'll check it out. 7th and 8th place Gamma, 9th place Trunks Jita, 10th place Gogeta GT. So Trunks Jita, you know, as the other yellow representative on 9th place. 10th place another Gogeta GT. And now 11th place green extra card Broly BR. That's it. That's everything that I have to say. Green extra card Broly BR. Wow. That is the one which we won't be showing in this video. We have a separate video for that one. First Gogeta in Oceania, now Broly. Two of the probably worst green archetypes, among the worst. At least that's the community consensus. And this list is so spicy. This list is really spicy. I cannot wait to show you this later today. Around 7ish or so. 12th place Android 21. 13th place Android 21. So Android 21 finally managing to top something again. But just to Android 21, you know my stance on this. Congratulations to the players. Though I still think that this deck is just bad. But as you can see, it keeps topping. It doesn't necessarily win a lot, but it tops here and there, at least like one every couple of events. 14th place, Pen Reboot. We had this deck on stream. Go check it out. The player played it so perfectly. He actually defeated SS4 Gogeta with Pen Reboot. That was so cool to see. 15th place, Cumber. This time not Supreme Kai of Time, but Cumber being the black representative. We also have games with Cumber. I think we have 2 or 3 of them, but 2 with this one on stream. I know he sadly lost 1 to Time Rules, and that was his first loss. That was very feels bad for us when we were casting it, and it was probably even bigger for the player. But 15th place, Cumber. And finally, 16th place, Trunks Reboot. I believe that this was more of a... It wasn't completely good stuff. I saw the list. You're gonna see it. It's not fully good stuff. Anyway, that is the top 16. Congrats to all players. Let's jump into the deck lists. Now, let's go over the deck lists. First off, first place, Federico, congrats, my friend. Congrats. So, this is his Gogeta build. I'm not gonna talk about it a lot because, as you can see, it's a standard Gogeta. The only thing that stands out here to me is, at least in the main deck, is 2 copies of Hyperspeed Rush Sun Goten. A lot of lists have dropped this one out completely. So 4 copies of Gohan, but just 2 of the Goten. It's cool to see it. It's not a bad card. It's just that it's not as played as it used to be. So that's a bit spicy. And when it comes to the side deck, you know, 2 Pilaf Missiles, Violent Rays, and then everything else is pretty much standard. Now let's jump into the second place, which is also a Gogeta. Congratulations, Hector, for winning second place. This one is very similar. It runs Unending Awakening. If you're playing Gogeta, you're playing Unending Awakening. This is basically your Bean. You know, the SS4 Goku who got banned, the Bean effect. Now this is just the Bean, Unending Awakening. 1 copy of Beerus Ball in the main deck. 2 copies of Kaioken in the main deck. And 1 copy of the Pseudo Super Combo. This is cool to see. Like, you don't really see this one in Gogeta lists. These, I would imagine, are for Yellow Sins, because Yellow Sin can just flat out ruin your day. Or like Slugs, like Yellow Slugs, it's probably for it. The rest is pretty standard, and there is some spice here. Begrudging allies. You don't usually see begrudging allies anymore. I mean, it's not a card that really saw a lot of play, but you don't usually see it so much in the sideboard. 2 Heavenly Wizards Demigra. I suspect if your opponent is 3 or less Red Sin, I guess. I mean, I used to run into them. People were citing them when Gogeta Exodia was just discovered, and I haven't seen it since. 1 copy of Jiren for the Android, and that's basically it for the sideboard. Then 3rd place, Gamma Gonzalo. We have Gonzalo's Gamma on the stream. It is pretty much a standard Gamma list. No, actually it isn't. This one has some spice in it. It's playing Baby Hatch. It's playing 1 copy of Hit. Don't sleep on Hit. Hit is phenomenal at the moment. Like, it's one of the better ones. Because when he flips, he can turn off some leaders, which is pretty cool to see. If you're playing, for example, against Majin Vegeta, and you don't want to risk him grabbing a life, dropping to 3, and then Z Awakening, and if it's your turn, just play Hit, flip him over, and then hit him for 4 damage. Or if you are playing more likely against Android 21, you play Hit, you flip her over, she can't use extra cards, she can't use your cards as energies, and then you basically win the game in that 1 turn. The sideboard is, it's pretty standard. What stands out here to me is Raya Javelin. If your leader is blue, negate the attack, they choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, 5 or less, ignoring barrier, and returning to their hand. You don't usually see this card. And, he's running the Gohan, which is cool to see. Then we have 4th place, Herson's Gotenks. We already had this one as the 1st place. I'm not sure. Is it any different? His main decking these Kamehameha Deflections, phenomenal card for defeating Gogeta. Specifically Gogeta, very good against Majin Vegeta as well. 2 of the Gohan super combos, 2 of the Peruga super combos. Main decking 2 Gohans. Main decking 2 Death Balls as well. And then we're going down to the sideboard. Some hand destruction hate here. Mexicabura, and then the rest is pretty much standard. I'm just gonna go over these quickly. I don't want this video to drag out to like 20 minutes. SS4 Goku, I don't know much about this one. I know that he mills himself, and then you basically warp and you play like Overrealm that deck. The list, I believe, is pretty standard for this type of a deck. I'm not sure. Well, there are 2 mirrors that stands out to me. There are 2 of these mirrors, pretty good card. 4 copies of this Mask Sane, which is just phenomenal. 4 copies of Goku. 4 copies of Heated Fighting Spirit. Going full 4 on this one. If you don't have this one is pretty expensive at the moment. Just play Broly Heartless Berserker. Does the same thing. But I mean, here it does a bit more because this one is specifically made for this leader. Not for this leader, but if your leader is black. So this one gets some upsides. But if you don't have it, because it's played in a lot of decks, you can play Broly Heartless Berserker instead. And then here is the sideboard, and then Z deck, and then we're just going over the sideboard. I'm sorry guys, I'm a bit distracted. I have been live streaming for like 14 or 15 hours. Now let's go into Fabian's 7th place Gamma. This Gamma actually runs the promo one. You don't really see this one seeing a lot of play. There was a lot of hype when it came out, but never really did anything. And the only standout thing here is the Golden Cooler. He's actually running the Golden Cooler SCR, so not A21, not Baby Hatch, just like Golden Cooler, and that's it, not anything else. There are some things that stand out here. Hunt of the Demon God, which is a counter, and one copy of Xeno, the new Xeno promo that just deletes Universe and God decks. I'm not sure why he chose to run this one. It's not like Invoker is a big thing. It's not like there's a big Universe deck running around at the moment. I think not. Maybe in their region. So I'm a bit confused on this one. But that's the deck. You'll have all of the deck lists in the description below. 8th place Gamma. This one is the spicier one. This one is actually running just a single copy of this Unison, and instead opting to run 3 copies of Hit. So guys, think about this. Hit is actually seeing more and more play, especially in Latin America. It's not a bad Unison. It's actually pretty good. He's also running 2 Bionic Blade super combos because he's rivaling his Steadfast ally. So he's focusing more on these multicolored super combos. This one and this one. He's playing the 821 SCR. And that's it. There's like this Dr. Gero here. There's this Dr. Gero here, where you pay, if you just happen to pay 8, and you just play a bunch of things. Sometimes it happens. Longer games. I'm playing like 3 of them. Okay. Very spicy. Probably the spiciest Gamma list that I have seen. And here, sideboard pretty standard. Then they to fight the disgusting expert Android 21. Then 9th place, Christian's Trunks Jita. Going over it very quickly. Plays 2 of these. We don't usually see these ones anymore. It's getting better. I would argue that it's getting better. There was a period where almost everything had barrier, so this card was bad. It's getting better now, because now it has more targets to KO, especially against Sin, against Majin Vegeta. So these 2 decks don't really have a lot of barriers, so you can just clear them and they're like attacking a lot. So something to consider, basically. And then the rest is pretty standard. Runs this Bardock, that's cool. Runs the Sin, broken card. And 15 card sideboard, everything is pretty much the same here. Like nothing out of the ordinary here. There's the Frieza, which I will never understand. I guess it's 1 energy, 15k. Then we're going 10th place, another Gogeta from Juan Soto. Checking it briefly, this is the most standard Gogeta list that we have today. 2 copies of Violent Race in the main deck, but that's the only thing that stands out here to me. Sideboard also pretty standard, though it runs 2 copies of Shin. Then 12th place, Android 21 by Raul. This list runs the Android 13 Unison. I know not a lot of people like this one, but yeah, it makes it so clone tokens can't attack you, so that's cool. You can play him for free, so it's not the best, but it's cool. Android 21 SCR, of course. Something should be done. I think this SCR should be banned in best of 1. It should be banned in best of 1. Why? Because you literally just steal games with it. You literally just flat out steal games with it. You go into time. Not saying, I'm sorry, Raul, it's not that I'm saying that you were doing it. I just go to this SCR so I can talk about this. You go into time, and then you grab 2 of your opponent's lives and you win, based on lives alone. So something should be done. It should be banned in best of 1. And then the 4 copies of the Boss Master. Other than that, everything else pretty standard. 1 perfect 4 cell, that's always cool to see. Then we have another Cesar's Android 21. This one also looks pretty standard, nothing really standing out. Running one more of these for more clone tokens. Running the Gohan, that's also cool to see. Running Turning the Tide, alternative win condition. Only 2 copies of the boss monster. Now you have Turning the Tide. You can stall a bit more, that's fine. Mafuba. 1 copy of Mafuba in the sideboard. That's cool. That's cool. Then we have 14th place, Pen Reboot. Yes, we have skipped the Broly. Broly is gonna be in its own video coming out later today. Pen Reboot, we have it on live stream against SS4 Gogeta. A very, very strong deck. Not the best red deck, but I would argue once Gogeta gets hit, and Gogeta... Now I'm thinking that Gogeta might get hit in the end. Pen, definitely a high contender for the next best red deck. Trust me, a high contender for the next best red deck. This list runs Dark Rejuvenator Toba. Overwhelm for 1 energy. Choose one of your battle cards with a cost 2 or less and switch it to active mode. 2 or less. What are you switching to active mode here? These Gokus? So he can only switch these Gokus to active mode, I guess. So from what I'm seeing. But still, once you flood the board, he is 25k for 1 energy who draws you a card. I would switch 25k for 1 energy who draws me a card into active mode, yes please. And this is more of a red-yellow build. He's running the Arrival Beerus's as well. Side deck, C deck, pretty standard. We're almost done. Cumber. So Gianfranco's Primavera's Cumber. This one was very cool. We have it on stream, I think, in 2 games. He's running the Unison package in this one. Not a lot of Cumbers run Unison. Unison was ditched, but in a couple of decks, but this deck runs it because he played it more offensively. So what he did on stream is he would play the dual attacker and then he would give him Servant with the Unison, and now this is a 25k dual attack which gives Servant to things every time. No, just when he's played he gives Servant, but still 25k for 1 energy dual attack. And then there is Cracking Space Time. This spicy guy, Gianfranco, if you're watching the video, let me know, did you get this tech from Mr. M from Oceania? This one is amazing. If your opponent is on 1 life, if you fail to deal damage to them, you deal damage to them. That's it. That's his text. So you can kill Majin Vegeta with this, you can kill SS4 Gogeta with this, you can catch a lot of decks by surprise with this one. Very spicy. And then the rest is pretty standard, I believe. And then the final one, Trunks, Julian's Trunks Reboot. This one is running a bit of an engine, but like when I say bit of an engine, it's just running Goku and the rest is just basically good stuff. This is good stuff Trunks with the Goku for like some extra ramp. And that's it. Z-Deck standard. Here in the sideboard, I just want to mention Goku striving to be the best. You don't usually see this one. But other than that, yeah. This is the deck. These are the deck lists. Come by later for the Broly. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this breakdown? There's some cool spice here. Are you excited to see the Broly? What do you think of some cool spicy techs in some of these decks? Some of these decks are different than from what we're used to. So yeah, it was very cool casting the event, guys. I hope to be back in June casting this again. It's gonna be crazy. Really love covering this region. Latin America always has some cool spice. It always has some cool spice, guys. So anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And guys, while you're still here, please consider sharing the video, hitting the like and subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot. And hopefully we can get to 3,000 subs by the end of BT21 spoiler season. Yeah, we have been lacking a bit because I've been on a break, but now I'm back and we're diving with how to play guides, coverage, everything. We're just giving you a full month of Dragon Ball goodness. So yeah, this has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.